What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bailey B, the Black Self-Help Guy, here dropping another video for you. Today's topic is how to overcome analysis paralysis. Listen, have you ever taken too long to make a decision? Have you ever had an opportunity where someone asked you something, but you hesitated? Have you ever had so many options and so many things going on in your life that you couldn't make a decision? You felt like you was all over the place. This is analysis paralysis. You might have found yourself gathering all types of information. You said, you know what, I want to learn how to do X, Y, and Z. So you bought all the books. You might have learned how to find out about crystals, right? And you bought all the books on crystals. You bought all the crystals. But ultimately, you want to learn about crystals so that you could become a jewelry maker because you like jewelry, you want to make it. But you found yourself 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a whole year not coming out with the thing that you desired to do because you continued to consume information, read. But you never took the information that was in your head and expressed it out, right? What you put in is what you put out, but you never gave yourself to put out any information, right? So, hey, I want to give you a quick 7 tips to help you overcome analysis paralysis. All right, so tip number 1, calm down. Realize that in making this decision, it's not a life or death situation, right? You need to relax, take a couple of deep breaths, and just let it go and realize that, in this moment right here and right now, that whatever you do decide will be the best. Right? So just step 1 is just calming down. That's how you overcome analysis paralysis. Step 2, you need to prioritize, right? You need to look at the things that you want to do and say, hey, what's most important? Just last year, I had several goals that I wanted to personally accomplish, but I prioritized those goals. I put them in priority number 1. What would I be most happy if I accomplished? If I just did this one thing, and I gave that number 1. And then number 2 is, if I did that, that would be a bonus. And number 3, this would be icing on the cake. Prioritizing what's important to you. There are things that are important, and then there are things that are urgent, right? And those things that are important might not necessarily always be urgent. And then there might be some things that are urgent, but that might not necessarily be important. And by you prioritizing them, it will help you get a clear vision or idea of what you should put your energy and focus into. Number 3, limit your options, which goes along with prioritizing. Now, I told you before I had 5, 6, 7, 8 goals. But when I prioritized and I picked those top 3, I eliminated a lot of my options. Let me give you an example of this when it comes to dating. Right, you want to eliminate. So right now we live in a social media or digital world where we have a lot of options that people always liking your post, somebody in your DM, somebody in your face everywhere you go, hollering at you, telling you look good or you're cute. Somebody's always hollering at you. And so it might be difficult for you to say, oh, I want to date this guy or this girl or this person or do this thing or this job, right? But when you limit your options, one of the things that you do is you say, hey, this is the type of person that I want to be with, or this is the type of relationship that I want to have, or this is the type of job that I want to have, right? And then you make that criteria out. And then when people come along that don't meet that criteria, it's an easy no. It's an easy, no, I don't mess with you like that. Or, hey, I'm going to put you in my friend box or my friend zone because you don't fit the relationship box or my girlfriend box or husband box or whatever you want to create. That's why you limit your options by getting real clear on what it is that you want so that when things show up that you do not want, you can quickly say no to it, right? Analysis paralysis. You don't got all day to be trying to figure out what you want. Come on, make decisions, make it happen. Number 4, set goals. Set goals. You need to give yourself a direction. A quick story. Last Tuesday, I taught a Yoga for Beginners series at Southwest Atlanta Yoga Studio. Now, I needed to be there. My class, I teach at 6:30. The class starts at 6:30. My goal as a professional is to be at my spots anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes early. So my goal was to be there at 6 o'clock. As I was leaving out the door, it was probably like 5:45 when I was leaving out the door, and we have a new next door neighbor, and I had just met him a little bit earlier in the day. And as I was walking out and headed to the car, right when I got to the car, he said my name. Hey Bailey, can I have a word with you, this and that? Because I got a goal, I have a direction, I have an aim, I prioritize my life. I did not have analysis paralysis in telling him, hey, I have somewhere I need to be. I had a direction. I'll catch up with you the next time that I see you. But right now, I don't have time to talk with you. A lot of times we get caught up in situations where we're spending too much time with people, places, and things that aren't in alignment with your goals. But if you don't have any goals, then how can you stick to it? How can you give yourself a direction or an aim? I would have sat out there and talked with him for who knows how long and missed my appointment if I didn't prioritize my goals and my direction for my life, right? So next, that was number 4. Number 5 of how to overcome analysis paralysis is to, after you have your goals, you know what you want, break down your goals into actionable steps. You actually want to develop and build habits around your goal. Your goals is just an aiming point that you're working towards. Do not stop at just setting a goal. You want to give yourself actionable steps to achieve your goal. For example, let's say a comedian wanted to write a 10-minute stand-up set. Instead of hoping and praying and wishing that somehow this goal would get accomplished, which that was the goal that he set, maybe he said, hey, I'm going to write to develop a habit to become a stand-up comedian or a comedy writer. Maybe he writes one joke a day, which will build up the habit of writing a joke, which will eventually lead you to your ultimate goal of a 10-minute set, right? Breaking down your goals into actionable steps is number 5. Number six is forget about perfection. A lot of times as I'm producing and I'm creating content and I'm sharing, I am going through it with a fine-tooth comb, but I don't necessarily catch everything. And sometimes I make mistakes and share them on purpose, even when I perform and I do what I do, because I want to share with you all that it's not perfection that is getting the results. It's persistence with a purpose. And I hope that you can feel my purpose and begin to connect with my persistence over time, as opposed to me showing up absolutely perfect. And then 7, the last one, is put healthy pressure on yourself. Now, this is important. You need to put healthy pressure on yourself. You feel a level of anxiety from having to make a decision. That is a good thing. Do not avoid it. In your discomfort is where you grow the most. You should intentionally be putting yourself in situations of conflict so that you can work on resolving them to make things happen, right? So embracing a level of pressure. And that pressure is going to come from you putting a date on it, putting a time on it, saying that, hey, every week on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to release a IG story video, and I'm putting a time and a date on it. And when you do that, you might feel a level of pressure and anxiety from you putting a date and a step and saying, hey, this is exactly when I said I'm going to do what I'm going to do. But then you give yourself the ability to hold to that commitment. That's what's going to give you the power and the charge. So remember, your discomfort is where you grow the most. Don't be afraid to embrace that pressure. So again, 7 ways for you to overcome analysis paralysis. 1, calm down. 2, prioritize. 3, limit your options. 4, set goals. 5, break down your goals into actionable steps. 6, forget perfection. Pursue persistence with purpose. And number 7, put healthy pressure on yourself, meaning put a time date that you say that you're going to do what you're going to do, a time and a date on it, and embrace that pressure. And remember, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and comment. If it's benefited you in somehow, some way. I've heard a lot of you all say that you're dealing with analysis paralysis. I too have dealt with analysis paralysis. And I want to add one bonus tool. Look up the 5-second rule. Anytime that you want to do something, if you give yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just like a rocket, blast off, your brain is hardwired to take off in those 5 seconds. So that's just a little extra bonus. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, blessings do not come to you. They come through you. So go out and be the blessing today. And be sure to hit me up in the DM if you like to purchase a copy of my book and take the 90-day devotional challenge to get you a Be the Blessing hoodie and or t-shirt. Or hit me up for a private yoga lesson on Zoom right here. You can do it in the comfort of your home. Peace.